Good morning, grand rising, and welcome to your tomorrow that God granted to you because He kept you through the night. A thankful and thriving Thursday to you. Good morning, and welcome back to AM with Kim, y'all. A thankful and thriving Thursday to you. Oh, what a day it is to be in the land of the living. Welcome back, y'all. I hope you slept well. I hope you have awakened, refreshed, revived, renewed, and ready to run on to see what your Thursday will be. And in running on to see what your Thursday will be, that you will be thankful and that you will thrive, and that today will be a day that will blow your mind. So thank you for coming back around, circling back around for those of you who are joining me again. And thank you for those of you who are new to this journey. This is AM with Kim, morning motivation to get you going through in the morning and to carry you through your day. And then if you see so fit to circle back around in the afternoon, in the evening rather, and sit with me for evening with PM with Kim, I give you some evening inspiration. So yeah, let's get into this because I'm still challenged. I'm up, but never mind. Anyway, let's do this because I'm going to do this before I get out this door, because this is what I'm going to do, because the Lord said I could, and I am, and I will. So I ain't gonna hold you long. I ain't gonna hold you long because I got to get out of here, but I got to give you a message nevertheless. I got to motivate you and motivate me. So grab something, sipping coffee, tea, smoothie, protein shake, oatmeal, yogurt, whatever you're sipping on or chewing on, grab it. Sit with me for a minute. If you're in your office, at your cubicle, sitting at your desk, sit with me for a minute. If you're in your car, sit up, pay attention to that road, turn up the volume and ride with me for a little bit. I have a little something I want to say to you this morning. I ain't gonna hold you long, and then I'm gonna let you go about your day, and your day is gonna be better than you could even imagine. So let's jump into this motivational moment this morning, and then I'm gonna bid you adieu so that you can be blessed and I can get to work. All right, y'all. So here we go. The morning motivation reads: Ctrl+Alt+Delete. Control yourself, alter your thinking, delete negativity. I don't even really need to say anything, but I am, because y'all know I run my mouth. So nevertheless, control yourself. Controlling yourself, and that's one of the fruit of the Spirit, self-control. Galatians 5:22-23. Go back and read it and get it into your spirit. But control yourself. Control yourself. And controlling yourself means sometimes being quiet. Sometimes not having anything to say. Sometimes a nod, a smile, an acknowledgement is all you need to do. Or if you get a text and you want to just you could just hit a little thumbs up, or not even respond or reply, react or reply. Sometimes you just got to control how you approach a situation, how you approach a person, how you approach whether you're going to even approach it or not. Because some things shouldn't even be dignified with a response or an answer. Some things you just got to shake your head and say, you know what? I ain't even going to fall into that pit. Because some people will pull you in. Some people will do stuff to push your buttons just to get a rise out of you. Because some people are made for conflict. Some people are just negative by nature. And misery loves company. So people are going to provoke you. People are going to agitate you. People are going to do stuff sometimes just to see how you're going to react. Especially if they know you're a Christian, they're like, oh, let me push their buttons and see if they're going to cuss me out or not. Or, they pretend like they're all this. Let me do this to them and see what they're going to do in response. And that's where controlling yourself comes in. That's where that self-control. Some things just don't need a response. They don't need a reaction. They don't need anything. You control yourself, and then you keep it moving. And you recognize. That's the thing. Recognize when somebody or something is trying to get you out of your norm, get you out of your center, out of your regular self-control. And then you adjust accordingly. One, do I need to remove myself from these people, from this place, from this toxicity, so that it doesn't get me out of character? Or are they even worth my time or attention for me to even say anything? And you can make people feel, who they are just by not even coming down to their level. I love the Michelle Obama quote from years ago: when they go low, you go high. It isn't even worth your energy. So you control the narrative. You control the outcome by how you control yourself, so that you don't get sucked up, sucked in, and pulled out of who you really are, because people are who they really are. So you have the ability to control yourself. You can not say something. You can smile and nod. You can walk away and let it be like water on a duck's back and let it roll off and keep it moving. Because if it doesn't benefit you, it doesn't edify you, it doesn't build you up, it doesn't give you any strength or make you any better, it isn't worth your time. And you move on that way and let the foolishness move that way. But you control the narrative. So what is your narrative saying? Or is your narrative saying, hey, I'm always just going to always have something to say, or I'm always going to jump back, or I'm going to clap back, and it's not worth it. Let the power be in your silence sometimes. Let the power be in how when people see your back walking that way. That's control enough. You've already controlled and contained the situation. It's like a wildfire. Wildfires can't keep going if they don't have a catalyst of fuel to keep it going. Once it's cut off, then the wildfire stops. But if there's something in the way, if there's something that keeps it fuel, keeps it going, it's going to keep burning. But once there's nothing there for that fire to keep igniting, it's going to go. And that's where the control comes in for you. You can end every wildfire by not giving it the fuel to continue. So control yourself. Alter your thinking. You alter your thinking by what you put in, what you take in through your eyes, what you take in through your ears, and what you allow in your energy, what you allow in your space. And you alter your thinking by getting in your word. Renew your mind daily. Get in that word. Learn you some praise and worship songs that are gonna, as soon as you start negatively thinking, as soon as you start doubting, as soon as you start fearing, and you can come up with a verse from one of them songs that's gonna minister to you, that you can worship God, because you can worship Him in the midst of your worry, and it changes everything. You can stop looking at that glass as half empty and look at it as half full. You can stop looking at that challenge as something that's going to defeat me. Instead, you can look at it as, this is something that's going to grow me. So you got to alter your thinking. You control how you see the situation. You can look at it as a negative thing, or you can take that negative thing and flip it and use it as a catalyst, as fuel for you to burn on. And you alter it by watching what you take in, because what we take in, we think about, we ponder, we sometimes allow it to control us. So renew your mind daily. Get you a couple of Psalms. Get you a couple of Psalms that you really love. I have a couple. 121 is one of my favorites. 100 is one of my favorites. Psalm 23, you got to know that just to stand against life. But get you some Psalms that you really can minister to you. Listen to you some praise and worship songs that are going to minister to your soul, that's going to speak to your situation, that's going to allow you to worship God in the midst of your pain, that's going to praise Him through the mess, that's going to get you to the point where, you know what, I'm thanking God in advance. I don't see it, but I know it's coming. Thank you, God. And that's altering your thinking. That's shifting from, I don't know, to yes, indeed. It may be to absolutely. It's a mind shift, a mindset shift, growth mentality. Let's alter our thinking by thinking on the things that are good and worthy and noble and honest and pure and lovely. That's what the word says. So you alter your thinking by thinking on positive things, thinking on good things, thinking on the best things instead of the worst things. And that's how you you begin to renew your mind. That's how your faith strengthens. That's how your walk gets a little bit taller and a little bit bolder. That's where the confidence comes in, because you start thinking, you know what? I am all that. I ain't conceited. I'm confident. I got confidence with God dripping all over me. I am powerful. I am worthy. I am enough. I am not too much. I am love. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am smart. I am going to win. That is how you alter your thinking, because you start speaking it. You start thinking it, and then you start speaking it. And when you start thinking and speaking it, you start walking in it. And your walk gets a little bit more bold. You got a little more swag in your walk. And people going to notice, like, what's up with them? They've controlled themselves. They've altered their thinking. They've realized that they have power. And when you realize you have power, you walk in it differently. And then lastly, you delete negativity. And deleting negativity means you got to come from around toxic people, toxic energy. And I don't care if they related to you. If they ain't good for your soul, you can still love people from a distance. You don't have to constantly have them in your energy space and they're negative, because association brings on assimilation. You hang around people long enough, you start to take on their tendencies, their characteristics. And do you want negative, toxic energy all over you? No, you shouldn't. And so if you have those people, and we have them all in our family, we have them, people that we know, we have them in our workplaces, we have them everywhere. You can love on those people, you can pray for them people, but you can keep a distance. You ain't got to always have them in your energy field, because you take on people's energy, whether you know it or not. And so you delete the negativity by praying against it, removing yourself from it as much as you can, and being your light. Because light will dispel the darkness all the time. Either the light will dim out the darkness, where the darkness either flees or the darkness changes and it reverts to light, or it just is gone. So the darkness cannot live where light resides. And if you are the light and you are letting it shine, negativity is going to flee from you, or negativity is going to flip and it's going to become positive because of who you are and the example that you show and the light that you are shining, because people see it. So you delete the negativity by coming from amongst the negative people, things, places, energies, stuff that you're listening to, stuff that you're reading, stuff that you're watching. All of those things, when you delete those things that are not edifying, those things that are not building you up, those things that keep you held, keep you bound, keep you chained, when you release all of those things, you then open yourself up for the beauty of what God has in store for you. But God ain't gonna bless no mess. So you control yourself by walking and talking and living the best way you can, and not getting sucked into the mess of other people. You alter your thinking by meditating on your word, reading and studying and getting into your worship and your studies and so forth, and getting the word into your spirit, hiding it into your heart, and learning you some Psalms and some Proverbs that's going to help you through some stuff, and getting some praise and worship songs in your spirit so that you can sing them to God, because God loves to hear you sing worship and praise unto him, and he is pleased and he blesses that. And then you delete the negativity. You delete the people, the places, the things, the stuff, the ideas, the thinking, the stuff that holds you down, that keeps you way down, the chains that keep you bound. And you loose all of that stuff by loosing the negativity and taking control and being your best self. And when you do that, watch how things shift. Watch how doors open. Watch how people look at you differently. Watch how God blesses you differently. Because he's going to bless you anyway. But then your blessings shift. And they become God-sized. And they blow your mind. Because you don't even know. Like, whoa, good God. I didn't even realize that was even possible. So That is my morning motivation. That's it. That's all, y'all. I could keep going, but I'm going to be late to work if I don't stop. So have a blessed and beautiful day on purpose. Get out and enjoy some weather, breathe some fresh air, get a little sun on your skin, and say your prayer of thanksgiving, and walk in your boldness, walk in your confidence, delete anything that doesn't serve you, and get away from stuff that's holding you back, and people and places and things, and walk in your power, walk in your authority, walk in the love of Christ, and be good to somebody today. Be gracious, be kind, extend a helping hand, do a good deed, and all those things don't cost you any money. They only cost you a little bit of time and compassion. So everybody, be good to somebody today. Be the reason why somebody smiles today. And when you're being good to everybody else, don't forget to be good to yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And make sure you're speaking life over yourself first, and then speaking life over everybody that you encounter. And when you're doing that, make sure you're dripping it, pouring out love in every way, shape, or form, in every opportunity that you get, and then allowing people who genuinely want to give you love back to pour it back on you. So go and be great. Have a thankful and a thriving Thursday. Do your best to be your best. Be better today than you were yesterday. And Control, Alt, and Delete, and watch how your situation changes. That's it. That's all, y'all. I'm getting ready to get out of here. God bless you. Peace and blessings from my heart to yours. I love you. I love you. I love you. If I forgot anything, I'm going to remind you in the PM, because you know I will. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Have a thankful and thriving Thursday. And watch God blow your mind. All right. Have a good one.